just starting the broadcast now. But if you guys want to invite anyone else to hop in, that's great. If not, we can just use the time to chat. I'm going to go check the moderator page and see what questions there are. All right, so you guys are a little bit more in tune with all the fun SEO stuff than me, and I know some folks were complaining about an update over the last day or two. I want to hear what you guys think.
Well, I saw some stuff with the index status. Some weird stuff happening with the index status.
Just on like a query or in Webmaster Tools?
No, in the Webmaster Tools, there's the not selected one.
Mm-hmm.
And I had one site that was showing in end of December about 300,000 not selected, and on I think 6th or 7th of January it was 9,000.
So it dropped a lot.
Yeah, I don't understand. Well, I don't know.
So I don't know that there was anything real, that there was anything confirmed, but I think it was earlier in the month that we saw some Webmaster Tools bugs with not selected, or it's showing that a site wasn't indexed when it was.
Oh, okay.
And I think they kind of worked it out. Like, I know that there were a few folks posting on in the Google Plus community. They were talking about it, and then it worked itself out for most of them. But I wonder if that's similar. I know that not selected, people have a lot of questions about what not selected means.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's intentional. You may have multiple versions of a page with a canonical tag, and sometimes it's not. Like, they have maybe 100,000 pages they think are great, and Google's chosen to not select them because maybe they're not as robust as they need to be. I mean, where do you fall under for that category? Those 9,000 or 300,000, are they not supposed to be not selected, or?
No, I think they're supposed to be not selected, and they were all 301s because it was a move from an old, used to use, I think, WordPress, and now it uses Joomla. So it's like different structure of the URL, so we had to 301 them. But when it was 300,000, I actually couldn't explain it, what was that high. So I left it. I mean, the traffic was the same, didn't change. So it didn't matter.
Yeah, I think I tend to not trust Webmaster Tools data as much. Some of it's old, but it's not super up to date. So keep an eye on those analytics, and if the traffic numbers are the same, then
yeah, exactly.
I'm happy with the update.
Yeah, what have you been seeing?
Swear to God, I'm so happy. I have no idea. Like, I honestly, like, the true colors are out, and it's you know, I've seen them like $1 billion company drop from #1 to #5. Bang, just like that. Been watching them for 2 years. Same keyword, same thing. It was like www whatever / index dot HTML, and it stayed like that, you know, just for years, and then bang, dropped with this one.
So you saw a bigger brand drop.
Oh, yeah,
like it made sense.
Yeah, and then the about I think it was like half an hour later, you see them bang right on the AdWords. You know, the webmaster just, I guess, saw what he did, and then right away he's on AdWords.
Yeah, they probably panicked a bit there.
Well, they were never there.
Yeah.
On the AdWords, you know. So now he's back just for that specific keyword. So, I mean, it's not just that one keyword. I was monitoring over, you know, hundreds of keywords. And let's put it this way. It's a good feeling out there. I know a lot of guys are mad and stuff, but it's good stuff. It kind of empowers, I guess, us SEOs. Let's put it this way. This is our time. This is like whatever happened with that update. Some are mad, some are not. But the major jokers that I saw, the clowns, they're out, put it that way.
That's good, and I think that, you know, it's constantly changing, and you cannot make everybody happy, right?
That's right.
But it is good when you see some positive trends that seem to level the playing
field
and make it unfair.
And I'm talking to SEOs from Toronto as well. I talk to SEOs from Toronto. They know what's going on. You know? So... yeah. Most of the SEOs most of the SEOs that are on the first page in Toronto are all spammers. But I mean, we're, you know, good relationship, and they know they're spamming deeply inside for, you know, a local keyword. But we don't care. I don't care. Like, my clients are from all around, but, you know, it's just, what are you going to do? You know?
Sorry, I was on mute. I was just posting to Rajesh, who has some questions about his site, and I actually would love to take a look at it a little bit more deeply, but it might help if it's actually posted in the forum so I can go play around a little bit. Oh, it's not your site, Rajesh. That's kind of the fun part when you're asking about other people's site. But sounds like you're not able to join on chat. Bassam, were you able to actually kind of boil down what the issue is? I'm not super good at reading and talking at the same time.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
Are you following what, so Rajesh isn't on audio, but what he's been posting in chat? You know what the issue is? Yeah,
the thing is, he's seeing one website that have basically no content at all. Well, actually, there's a video and title, I think, and it's ranking on a page 1 for unlock iPhone 5 query. So I'm checking just the backlinks right now, seeing why. And he said it's been okay. Well, here you go. It's been up. It's been up for the last 2 days on page 1, and it seems there have some really bad links.
Check the cache too.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Maybe there was content on there before that's not there, and that may have been what was ranking. I'll take a look at it too.
Yeah, same. The cache is the same.
Okay. Hey Marcel, hey Sean, how are you guys? Come on, unmute, don't be shy. Don't make me nervous in here.
I'm good, how are you?
Good. So you guys know the real experts left and left me in charge today, which means we get to talk about whatever we want, right?
Cool.
I have very low standards. So yeah, open forum. All right, so you guys see the URL. I don't know if anyone wants to play around with what Reggie is posting. I'm going to tinker around too, but do you guys ever submit feedback in the bottom of the SERP where there's a little link to submit feedback when you see results like this that just don't make sense? Or do you guys ever use the spam filter?
Well, we usually, if we submit it, we're usually biased because we look at it differently.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've been told, so John's always said that they review the feedback that they get when there's submit feedback on the bottom of the SERP, and they take a look at it. But this one, I mean, if it's definitely a result that shouldn't be there, like, let's submit it. Let's take a look at it. I'm looking at the page, and it's definitely pretty empty. It's just, it seems to be just a doorway page.
Permanently.
It's just an iframe too. I don't.
Probably a testing.
Yeah, and it might be ranking really well right now because it's you know, brand new, but got a little quiet there, guys. All right, so Brooke, tell me this: why are you Canadians always spamming all the time? Is it because it's not warm enough to get outside and go have fun?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I won't take.
No, we don't spam.
No, there's some great sites out there. I just have to give you a little bit of grief.
But no, this is definitely, honestly, this was a shocker when I saw that brand go down. It was a really serious shocker, you know. Not only because, I mean, the linkage, the portfolio background is amazing. You know, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, CNN, the positive things about the CEO, you know, and you know, editorial content was just you know, 10 out of 10. But everything, I was just looking at the stuff. For instance, the people that they were looking for SEO, okay,
yeah,
like, the job postings. I mean, I'm talking like they were looking for like 15 SEOs to keyword one specific term. How retarded is that? You know?
It's an interesting strategy. I'll say that.
Okay,
Marcel's
but for one feature,
laughing. He's like, "What? That's what I do. Come on."
no, I mean I don't. So just I watch and stuff and everything, and then now, man, like this is just, and then the stuff that they were doing, like in general, it's just pure junk. So half of it is golden, and then the rest is all junk. So pretty much like 50% of it is junk, and the rest is just, like I said, really really serious stuff and backlinks and things from like Larry King, high end like real the things that Google wants, and it's just just looking at it, it's just I've been monitoring it for so long, and then it's like wow. So yeah, and then I kept on digging into this update, and then this was and I'm like wow, so this is a serious update, And then I watched Barry's stuff, Barry's blog, and yeah, a lot of people complaining in the forums.
So I'm not, I'm not super hip and keen on all of the people speculating on updates. I never know what the hell's going on, right?
Yeah.
So there was no official announcement of a major update. Then it's just been business as usual and the hundreds of updates they make every year. So what are you seeing that are people speculating is a big update? You feel like there is one?
Me?
What are you going to name it then?
Actually, me?
Labunsky. The Labunsky.
I mean, right, someone's got to go out there and name it.
This is definitely a serious update. I mean, that a lot of things are brewing in the forums. I mean, you guys are seeing it. No, it just seems like, it seemed like it was, again, a regular update, but I just felt it by looking at this brand and then going to my other stuff and start, digging through everything else. So, I spent like 8 hours on this, almost a full day just for looking around of what's going on. And then I've seen a change everywhere in all like sectors. Even for my favorite pizza. So like looking at all the pizza, in Toronto, like all the maps and everything was just shifting. Everything, the major pizza guy, bang, he's down as well. So what I think this is basically, let's give others a chance to come for a hot dog, and then we'll bring it back. So giving the other ones a chance to be there in the number one, and then they'll bring the other ones back. Or maybe not. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Probably.
I think it's interesting that people get on a blog and think every fluctuation they see is...
Give him the donut. Let him be happy. Leave him there for 2 weeks. And then just, let's bring it back. Tweak the formula, tweak the algorithm, and then bring it back. Or maybe not. We're walking on very thin ice, so it's a mystery. Maybe we need to bring some psychics over into this Hangout.
The websites are walking on thin ice?
I think so. It's now basically a situation where...
Yeah, well, that would be pretty awesome. Do that. I think we should bump it a few hours later after everyone has started their beer. Brooke, you still there?
Yeah, I'm there. What I'm saying is, I don't know, something I guess cut out. So what I'm saying is, I think that sometimes they do give us the freedom to do whatever we want, and then they make those tweaks and then do whatever they want. It's their home. They do whatever they want. And then, we don't have the control as SEOs, and sometimes we get the control. So it's kind of like they take over and then we take over. They want to see what we are up to, kind of a thing. You know what I mean? I
think they have to keep a pretty sharp eye on that stuff, right? Because I think it's unrealistic to think that websites aren't going to hire SEO companies. Of course they are.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like I'm freezing up.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's okay now.
This, I feel like this Hangout is, yeah, this Hangout is cursed in some way, right? Like, it doesn't matter who runs it. It's always going to have some technical issues. It's super fun like that. But no, I think that I'm going to try and take the stance. I heard some people talking about it, a few months ago, and it resonates that as site owners or as SEO people, you or we are not the customer, right? The searcher is. So I think that's important to remember when there's all this bitching about algorithm updates or what Google should be doing for documentation or helping. Like, I feel like everything that they give is just kind of a nice thing to do. They don't have to do it. We're not their customer.
Yeah, and I mean, I tell my customers all the time, Google's not everything, guys. We do a lot of radio stuff. There's more than that. There's off stuff that we do as well. So it's not just just about links and stuff. There's other stuff to look at. Just more than just the user behavior on the site. You gotta sometimes step out of the box and network and stuff like that. Help your customer.
Yeah. So, Sean, I don't know that I've ever talked to you, and if I have, I'm sorry. I've got a terrible memory for people. But what do you do? Where are you from?
I'm in Connecticut. I work for PerkinElmer. I'm our digital analytics manager, but I'm responsible for both analytics and search.
Yay, data.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think we've ever spoken before. I've tried to join in a few of these, but I always have conflicts, so this is the first time I'm able to jump in.
Well, I'm not an SEO person per se. I'm a top contributor in the Webmaster Forum, but I actually work for Cisco. That's my day job. I don't do SEO anymore. So I'm an odd fit. I'm usually just here to piss people off most of the time. But Matt and Sash usually run a great show, and they have lots of informative stuff, but they're a little busy right now. So I thought I'd come in here and see all the lovely people in chat.
Cool. So I have a question for everyone. I have a fairly large site that was recently redirected to one of our websites. That was kind of done under the radar. I wasn't involved in the process, and a lot of it was done very poorly. They didn't map the URLs correctly, so all the redirects are breaking. We're getting thousands of 404 errors. I don't have access to their htaccess file, and I'm trying to find a way to do a quick audit of all the redirects that were put into place for that site. Are any of you aware of a tool that allow me to quickly, get that information without waiting for all the errors to keep popping in Webmaster Tools?
Are you on a Mac or PC?
PC.
Okay, I would try Xenu. It looks terrible, and be careful when you download it because sometimes there's free stuff that gets attached. I put it in chat, but Xenu Link Sleuth is what I use to go and see, because it'll usually tell you what redirects are on there. It'll hit every single file that it can on the site and see what's there if the site's still up and show you redirects. Depending on how it's set up right now, you may not be able to do it. On a Mac, link integrity looks a little bit nicer and it does the same thing.
Okay.
I don't know, Wissam or Brooke, do you guys use anything else?
Screaming Frog.
There's a lot of...
Yeah, Screaming Frog. A lot of people recommend that one. I haven't used that one yet.
Okay.
Sorry, Brooke, didn't mean to.
Follower Wonk, I like that. Are you talking about for looking for social stuff?
No. This is all three directs. We had 301 redirects.
Well, I think the website is you already transferred it, right? So there's no actual
Site
like access to see a sitemap to see where the original URLs are, where did they go.
You know what?
Okay.
There's a generator, a very unique generator I use for that, and then what it does, it just also gives me like the broken links, or just lets me know, okay, 10 out of 10, because I need the tool really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool, I just basically see all the, so for instance, if it lets me scan about 4,000 pages max.
Okay.
And then it lets me know what is broken, what is not, and then this way, on the go with that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I was wondering if maybe there's still some pages in the index that are cached. You can go and pull, like, a lot of the times those HTML sitemaps don't get hit very frequently, so you might be able to go tinker around with what's still cached, even though it's live 301, but just go, manually pull them, run them through the cache, see if you can spot some of the old data and poke around that way.
Yeah, that's a good thought. And there's actually a few pages that are still active on the site.
Oh, good.
They shouldn't be, but I think I could probably use those as a starting point and stuff.
Can I ask you what's is it on WordPress, the new one, or is like different custom?
Here, I'll share the site with you guys if you're curious.
Right.
That was the domain. It's now redirecting to one of our main landing pages on PerkinElmer. But again, I had no visibility into how those redirects were set up. I'm just seeing the thousands of 404 errors that are resulting.
Yeah, the only way to do it is you have to have your server logs. You own the new site server logs, and what you can see is it's not actually people hitting the 404s. You see the bots. If there's a bot, use the old URL or the Google bot or Bing bot or anybody, you see in the server logs, and you can pull them. Because and that's when I'm gonna what they call it, hint you to a plugin that actually reads these server logs and report them to you. And you can see these 404s happening every time there's a bot or even a user using them before they hit Google Webmaster Tools, and you can see them in Google Webmaster Tools. So other than that, the only solution, I think, is the server logs.
Okay.
Text message.
That was a good suggestion. Thank you.
Anytime.
Smarty pants.
Stuff on that. Let's see here.
Well, your site's a cool looking site. The PerkinElmer, I like the site.
Thanks. It's got some pretty major issues, but
Don't we all?
yeah.
What happened to 16.7?
I work for a very big company that has some pretty significant web issues, and I would love to even be on their web team, but I'm not. It's just,
What
Yeah.
happened to 6.7?
What happened to what? Sorry?
No, Ashley, what happened to 6.7?
I took it down. I dismantled it.
Why?
Well, I left the state. I was registered as a limited liability in a specific state, and I moved, so I have to re-register to be legal.
Oh.
And I'm revamping the model a little bit. So that was always a side project, never really anything I did anything serious with, but super interested in microeconomies and trade. And I live in a really cool town now that has a lot of local businesses, so I'm relaunching and trying to open up a model that's, if you want to pay as you can instead of pricing out full services, or trade and barter. Because I don't really need the money from a side business. I have a day job that I keep as just sort of a hobby. So I want to reorganize it as a way to engage with local businesses. So that's why it's
cool.
down for the moment. Yeah, it's something I'm kind of into. I know I'll never get rich. I don't have the illusion that I will. So instead, I live in a really cool town with lots of farms and small businesses and 11 breweries. So I'm going to find a way to actually work for beer.
Wow.
Good idea.
My life goals are finally coming together, guys. It's pretty exciting.
Well said. Very productive. Good job.
Thank you. I have high aspirations, But yeah, I never did much with it, but I'm actually kind of excited about some local projects that I'm working on. But my day job has nothing to do with the web, actually. I do project management communications. So
Cisco's a very busy environment.
it is. It's pretty dynamic. It's different. I actually kind of like being out of the search engine industry from a day-to-day basis because I'm learning new skills and not getting burnt out. I just get to do it for hobby now. Now it's fun.
Right.
Hey, there's the most handsome dude I know.
I don't know about that.
Thank you.
I'm broadcasting live from a Starbucks somewhere in Beverly Hills. Don't ask me. I don't know.
That's good.
Very strange. Anyway, what are we talking about?
Hi, Sash.
Hey, how's it going?
So, Sash, it's been a little bit quiet in here, talking about few things more hypothetically. We were talking about our day jobs and our side jobs, though. So I was telling them how my side job is really now getting paid to do stuff in beer and food. So I've hit my goals. Sash always has interesting side projects, though. I can't even keep up with the stuff that you're doing. You always have some crazy, secret, brilliant ideas, right? Oh, no, I can't hear you. Turn your mic on. Sash, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I just kind of muted myself because there's a little bit of ambient noise.
You should tell that entire coffee shop to just be quiet so we can hear you.
I think they'd call security on me if I did that. So, you know, it's that kind of a place. The amount of kind of, I don't know, security vehicles and armed patrol is really quite alarming. But, you know,
I think we should start broadcasting from different places. It's pretty cool.
It's how the beautiful people live, you know. I don't know. I can broadcast from Houston or somewhere next week. I don't know. I'll be somewhere. I don't know yet.
Are you doing a
We'll
US
see how all that goes. Anyway, second.
Are you doing a US tour?
Well, I'm not sure about a tour, but I've seen a couple of places since I've been here, and I'm here another month yet. So you know.
Oh, that's cool.
What was I going to say? Oh yes. Yeah, that's it. So you know, I've got some more stops.
I'm trying to
I
convince
have a site. Well, as I said earlier, it looks like it's going to be Denver end of the month. So you know.
Be awesome.
That could be quite cool, actually, as it goes.
Sash, what do you think of the update, Sash? What do you think about it?
I'm out of the loop. Assume that let's just for a second, let me test you. Let's assume that I haven't heard which update you're talking about.
The hypothetical one that search engine table, round Moz, whatever, all this shit, all those popular sites are saying happened that Google said, dude, nobody.
Oh, that, right.
That happens every week. You know the one I'm talking about, right?
The update that didn't actually happen, you mean?
Yeah, that one.
That's it. Well, updates are a constant factor, and they are also an non-existent factor. Get really zen about it now. Now, I haven't actually noticed anything, even so much as a blip on the radar on any of mine, I must say. So I can't really at this stage gauge the impact from my own personal hands-on side of things.
I'm just seeing things then. I'm just dreaming, right?
Well, I think that even when you have small updates, depending on what they are, you may see some sites have some huge movement, right?
So I'm just seeing those guys, I guess.
Well, hey, if you like it, then it's good. Whatever.
It's very
right?
good.
So I checked the
So
moderator.
you're seeing a positive impact.
Yes.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah, good quality results. I checked the moderator page. You guys were asking if there were any good questions in there. There's not a ton. Folks are asking about Tumblr, if they're using that for marketing as a do follow link. I look at crude joke pages on Tumblr, but that's about my extent of usage there.
Same here.
I get a good laugh.
Google doesn't like Tumblr.
I don't know why. I mean, the pages are actually, they're not structured too poorly. I like them, but they don't tend to be content rich, right?
No.
I don't know. I think if you're doing anything for Google specifically, you're probably missing the mark because they're not doing anything specifically for you as a site owner. They're really looking at the users. So.
I mean, how long have we been preaching this now? Years.
Years. No one listens, man.
Only now are people starting to maybe listen-ish. You know. Anywho, I've got a site laying around here somewhere. So I met with Joanna Lesnica last night, hoping I'm pronouncing that last name right. And we kind of got talking about the whole SEO thing, and so I asked her to send me a link so I can I can bring it up in Hangout today, and we can maybe sort of site clinic stroke troubleshoot it.
That'd be great. Yeah, let's take a look.
Now, of course, I've got to go and find it. So bear with me a second here. Just talk among yourselves.
All right, so it's January, which means we talk about theories and ideas for 2013. So you guys heard what I'm interested in, which isn't really SEO per se, but I'm interested in microeconomies, getting connected with local businesses, and doing work for trade. What are you guys doing for 2013? Not a damn thing.
Only safe stuff.
You just say that, Brooke, because it's being recorded.
All the same stuff.
No.
I wouldn't recommend doing all the same stuff, I must say.
Only safe stuff.
Oh, only safe stuff, right.
Innovative, being innovative, unique, you know, and staying away from the other guys, and stop looking at the other guys, and don't do what the other guys do. Just be more creative, and that's the key. Yeah, look at the example. Michael Jackson, always different, dressed different, had different people working, doing things for him. He was just different, you know? Like, just different, you know? And that's the whole thing. And it helps my clients, you know? Stay away, not just, you know, Google is not everything. There's other stuff out there as well, you know?
This is actually very, very true. Right. Okay, I've just dropped the link into chat. And I'm also going
can we say the URL? Is it
No, that's it should be fine. Yeah, I'm about to put it into my lower third.
Okay.
It's just a normal, like, kind of blog.
So for those that are on the YouTube broadcast, the site that we're looking at is dailyproperties.com. And it's a real estate site, which real estate is always a little bit of a special beast, I think. They have a pretty interesting industry and challenges.
Okay, we should have the URL on screen in my lower third now, I hope.
Latest.
I'm having trouble with the video feed, so I can't actually see anyone, so I'm kind of working on guesswork here.
Yeah, it's in there. So I have a question for you, Sash. Do you know, it looks like they take a lot of contributions for content. Do you know if Joanna has any kind of strategy about making sure that those posts are unique, or how she's editing those?
I can certainly ask her if you give me a second, because I've got her on chat. So give me 2 seconds.
Do I need to try to invite her directly, or does she want to hop in?
I hope so.
Let's see. I can invite people here. Let me, what's the name, Joanna?
She checks. Yep, she checks everyone to make sure they're not duplicated. Let me just...
Okay, I invited her to see if maybe a direct link would help her hop in. I also see they sell ads too, so just, you know, always double check and make sure that those are no-followed, but...
Mm-hmm.
What are you laughing at, Brooke?
Barry got in trouble for that, and then he finally fixed it.
I thought he left it because he doesn't give a shit.
No, he changed it. Barry changed it, and then his ranking came back.
That's funny.
Did you spell it like that?
Yeah.
Lasnika.
Okay, cool.
Is it Polish?
Probably.
All right, we've got Zach in here. All right, Sean, come back again sometime. We like you. Have a great weekend.
Catch you later.
I did ping her, so maybe she'll be able to pop in.
It's checked.
Yeah, she's
She
checked.
did tell me. All right, okay, now hold on.
They're neighbors.
Oh, man, all of her code is like written horizontally, so I can't see crap in there. That drives me crazy.
And she have part of her site. I mean, it's not a problem, but it's like they're using underscores, and the other part is using dashes.
Yeah.
So structurally, she needs to stay with one way.
Well, and when I go to view the source, is it actually? I don't actually see all the content in there. I mean, it's all horizontal, so I can't really see what the hell I'm looking at. But how are they serving their content?
Well, I think she minified it, or I don't know what they call it. Yeah, minifying the HTML.
It's WordPress.
Yeah.
But they're minifying all of the content?
The HTML, the output,
Ashley, Sorry, Ashley, can you just, because Joanna can't see the invite, can you just sort of resend it?
Yeah, let me see if it'll... I mean, it's showing you're on there when I...
Like, I like the site overall, like the way it looks and stuff, so it's...
Yeah, it's a template.
Yeah.
And what's her problem? I mean, what are the difficulties?
It's not really any specific problem so much as there's a site critique to
okay.
identify what issues there may be. I mean, we just kind of got talking for a couple of hours last night, and you know, I just thought I'd throw it into the ring to see what we could identify, what we could actually come up with.
I mean, other than enforcing each contributor to interlink using her own content, that's one thing that she can help her own stuff to rank better in a way. And
so this is kind of like, I guess her dream is kind of like becoming like eHow, but for real estate, right, Sash?
I actually don't really know the concept behind the site further than there's some news items in there that you won't really see in the general sort of mainstream. There's into the mix, you have some very highly specialized and you know, information.
And probably she needs to, you know, highlight that. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like overall, like honestly, like my opinion, if I come across this site somewhere here in Toronto for real estate or anything like that here, real estate, no, I definitely, I mean, I'd stick around and look around, you know. I really like it. And then if you know, I had a friend that was a real estate, I would submit his company there.
I mean, who's our audience, though? Is just so I'm not a real estate agent, but if I was looking for a home, I don't know. There's nothing here that.
Well, she's also got lawyers, like I guess real estate lawyers, insurance agents, interior designers in their directory.
Do you know who our audience is, Sash? Is it the public or is it people already in the industry?
It's a kind of a specialist field. Hold on, let me ask her. She can't get into the Hangout for some reason. It won't let her join.
Hi, John.
She's got the invite, but it actually physically will not let her in. So you know.
That's all right. Sorry, I'm trying. John, it's late Friday night. Shouldn't you be out at the pub?
Yeah. In front of him.
Oh, hey, John. How's it going?
It's muted, John.
He's muted.
Oh, man. How are you guys doing?
Good.
You?
Doing good, yeah.
I'm running out of coffee. Well, it's all gone very, very quiet again. I'm waiting for Joanna to kind of get back.
Yeah, like I mean, overall, it's
it's mainly aimed at the public and at industry officials.
I was just saying, so as a member of the public, and I don't know, I've bought a few houses. I move kind of regularly. There's a few sites out there I really like, but hey, is that Joanna? We get her? Hi. I just wouldn't really know.
Hi, fine, good, excellent. Right, now we don't need the middleman anymore.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
So what questions do you have about the site?
I was asking on who the audience was. So I'm, you know, an ignorant member of the public that only considers real estate when I'm buying or selling a house. What, you know, is it for me or is it for someone who's in the industry? Because it seems like pretty specific content.
With two, there are two sides. It's kind of some of it is outing out the bad people in the industry. I am known as a figure to do that, and as well as educating the consumers so they do not get taken in the industry. So it's kind of just like some of you guys, like the snake oil artists and SEO. I kind of do the same thing with real estate. So there's two different audiences: industry officials as well as consumers who want everyday knowledge.
Okay, see, so you are piquing my interest immediately when you tell me I like to educate consumers and point out bad practices, but I don't see that when I land on the site. Like, if you told me that right away, I'd probably stick around because I like that stuff.
Sometimes I'm scared that there's a noose around my head. That's why. But I can add that on the.
Maybe in a more diplomatic way than I word it.
Right. Okay.
But when I landed, I didn't really understand. Is it for me? Like, some of the stuff's pretty specific in industry. Like, what can I get from it? But maybe some way to let me know. And maybe this isn't really SEO relevant, but just as a user, when I land, like, I want to know what the value of it is for me as a consumer or me as an industry professional. Why should it be there?
Well, that's smart. I like the advice.
I just wanted to say I give you kind of like 9 out of 10 for the site speed, and Google would give you 10 out of 10.
So 9 out of 10 meaning it's good, or?
Yeah, it's very fast. Here in my office, it's very good. So it loads very fast. And
thank you, because I worry about that constantly.
no, you don't have to worry about it. It's it's really good. And there's some work just overall, I guess, like Ashley was saying.
Underscores and dashes, I heard, and.
Well, no, I mean a video would be nice, like where industry officials that you are that you want to invite into this website should be on here as well, maybe promoting themselves, and have a video of yourself on the homepage as the owner. Introduce yourself, let the world know it's not an empty template.
I'm just putting a face to this site. For years I hid myself.
Yeah.
That will help as well, and as long as I think if we saw your video before Sash showed us the URL, then it wouldn't have been as we wouldn't be as curious to see what it's all about, then, because you would introduce yourself. But no, I mean, like overall, I give the site a 7 out of 10.
I admit I'm not doing good in organic search now. Through the industry it gets around, but organic search, oddly enough, one of my HARP articles about the HARP financing was #1 across the board for probably almost a year in all the search engines.
Yeah.
About 1 to #3, but anything else, I admit, I can get my friends' sites great organic search results, but I'm doing something wrong for my own sites.
So Joanna, what's with dailyproperties.net?
That's basically a directory for industry officials that I have. I'm not just people in the industry. I don't have it on dailyproperties.com because I don't want basically a link farm connected to it. So if you want, you can be a part of the directory on that one, but I don't want it to be a part of the content site.
Well, it looks like you're sharing content between the two of them. That's why I ask. Like, it's fine if you want to have 2 sites. I don't think I wouldn't advise it, because why have 2 sites when you can have one really great site? But I see duplicate content there and duplicate content on a lot of other blogs. So when people are submitting stuff to you, are you asking them to submit original content? Are you just showing snippets and linking back? I mean,
so every time I get an article, I actually check it to see if it's copied anywhere else through Copyscape. There is one of my longtime friends who is a realtor who gives me an article, and then a month later he puts it on his own website. So that's one of that would be ones from George Sudol. His website would be called Bay Area Realty, barealty.com. But other sites, other people duplicating, if I find somebody duplicated content, I delete it immediately.
Okay, that's good.
Well, you
delete it off your site?
I delete it off my site because, agreement is it cannot be produced elsewhere after we've published it.
So why would you delete it off your site if someone's scraping it from you, I guess, is my question.
If they're scraping it from me, if the original owner of that article, whoever wrote it, is publishing it elsewhere. That is, I don't know, I'm possibly getting scraped, and if I am, how do I stop that?
Got it. Okay.
You have to be kind of very strict. You know, the people that.
Well, you can't stop scraping unless you just probably the only thing you can control is your RSS feed. Just don't show the whole article on the RSS feed. Just a small snippet about it, and just put a link to go to your own website and read the whole thing.
What about if
you can prevent do it? Huh?
What about if people email her to or what if people email her articles and then she can post it that way? Wouldn't that help her as well?
I have to admit, some people I will allow, but I've actually decided I go out and find the people from now on to write the articles, because too many SEO companies were sending me basically crap, some stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff that was just wanting a link out of an article, and I wanted really something that had some value to it. So I get because I have a lot of sites like this. This isn't just my one. I get just hundreds of offers every day to send me some article, and every time I see some SEO company that is just some link building company overseas. So I just avoid them now, and then contact industry people and say, hey, would you be willing to write for the site? And many of them do once they see it.
Okay, that's good.
Joanna, it looks like you're following a lot of links between the two sites too, and it looks like Daily Properties is accounting for like 70 to 80% of the links to dailyproperties.com, and they're followed.
Here's an example of what Joanna basically is doing the same thing as this website, guys. Here, I'll show you. It's the exact same site.
Probably it's hers. No.
No, the owner of this company used to work for Kraft, and so she called a contractor to come to her house, and then basically wasn't happy, and she launched this site. If you guys open it up, and John already saw this from before. Basically, this is kind of same situation, but in a different kind of architecture.
See, what I would think is try YouTube, because you know how to basically do some research to find out what type of content that actual people get searched for. Like the how-tos, the what to do, the what if, what. So try to have, spend a weekend and try to have a big list. And anybody that actually inquire about, I would like to, guest post on your website and all that, say, yeah, sure, and give them the title. Tell them, talk about this. I would like to have content about that specific subject. And see, nobody can now copy or have lazy articles and all that.
Yeah,
because you control it in a way.
I have noticed if I give them the topics and titles, they can't just go out and kind of basically rewrite an article they've seen somewhere just because they think it's cool. If I give them the actual title or the subject matter and give them about 3 they can choose from, that it's more realistic and not just rewritten content.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we totally understand where you're going, like which avenue.
So one thing I'm kind of like seeing from Google's side is that our algorithms are kind of unhappy about the quality of the content overall. So that might be something I'd recommend kind of focusing on a little bit. So maybe, for example, taking a look at that blog post by Amit Singhal about 2 years ago about the 23 questions to kind of ask yourself about a website's quality, for example, and kind of take those 23 questions and go to someone who's not directly associated with your website and kind of go through those questions with them to kind of get really an honest opinion of those individual questions. Kind of see, are there specific areas that maybe you could focus on? Are there things that maybe you could be improving, maybe even in the design, those kind of things, to kind of make sure that more or less all of the elements that our algorithms might be looking at with regards to the quality of the content overall really kind of get covered and taken care of appropriately. So that's something where I think there's no individual advice that you can just do to kind of say, okay, I can tweak this line into HTML, or I can add this specific link from this other site, but kind of like taking a step back and seeing overall what you could be doing to really significantly improve the quality of the content there.
Okay.
And that's not really something that's like always trivial to do, so it really helps, I think, to get someone's fresh opinion on these kind of things, and someone who might even not know that you're directly associated with that website, but really to kind of see, okay, is this a website that you would trust? Do you understand what this website is about? Do you think this content is being written by experts in the way that it's kind of phrased as being written by experts? So if I go look at an article and it looks like an expert article, but on the bottom it's written by, I don't know, some real estate company, then that kind of feels like it wasn't really written by an expert, but rather by some marketing person at some real estate company or some marketing company. And those are the kind of things that kind of add up overall. And then in the end, it kind of, gets pulled into something where our algorithms think that overall this site might not be of high quality as it might have been in the past, or as we might have thought it was in the past.
Okay.
Here you go.
But it's very easy, Joanna. All you have to do is like these posts that you have, like, you know, one button and then you delete it. You know, it's WordPress is simple today. And then I think by you creating more, you know, creative stuff, and then you know, tweet it, Google Plus it, whatever, you know, you'll notice more audience come, traffic increases, you know.
Well, if you let me give you that tip. If you have time, try to get the landing page report in Google Analytics and see. You should have like enough data, i.e. time. So put it a year and compare it to the years I used to get a lot of traffic. Let me put it this way, or before Panda, and you see which one of these landing pages that actually dropped a lot in traffic from search.
I honestly, everything that was before Panda, I erased it. It's gone.
Oh, okay.
None of it's there because I just, you know, I wiped out the entire site and restarted again.
Well,
Okay,
Panda isn't the only thing that Google uses for content, too. People think content equals Panda exclusively, right? I mean, Google's been looking at content in lots of different ways.
Absolutely.
And usability.
I
Usability, definitely.
don't think comparing would really help her. I mean, sometimes maybe the visitors are not regular visitors that come, right, Joanna, or is it different all the time?
Say that again?
Is it different visitors you're getting all the time, or is it like...
More different visitors. It's often people who are looking for questions because they're confused what their mortgage broker has told them or their real estate agent. It's amazing how many people actually look for if it's legal to give kickbacks to consumers, real estate agents or mortgage brokers to give kickbacks. That's completely illegal, but that is constantly.
So what about if you create like a search engine? Okay, what if you create a search engine and you're in the middle of your site, and then people would come, just type in their question, and they would get the relevant article.
Then
Custom search is not a bad idea.
And probably one of you know, Ashley's points is when she landed on the site, she didn't know what to do.
Right.
Also, Ashley was asking whether there are other sites and sort of a rough estimate of numbers. Now, you know, that's down to that's down to you to go into.
So, meaning how many other sites are on the same VPS, or?
No, I don't care about that. I mean, how many other sites do you have about real estate? Your other site?
Only this one and dailyproperties.net. These exact two. No other ones about real estate.
Promise.
Promise, because I Well, one, I'm not a real estate person. That's why I'm allowed to say what I want, because people who are real estate agents are stuck in it under an ethics code. I make no money from the industry. I just kind of try to clean it up where I can.
Very good.
So I think, especially if you're going to kind of help people with their legal questions, you should probably make sure that it's like over the top, looks like it's something that's completely serious, and that you have all the credentials and you have all the references to kind of point people to, so that it's really a clear reference for these guys, especially when they come with some kind of legal questions. If they land on a site where they think, I don't know if this was written by some marketing person or if it really has legal backing, then that is kind of questionable then as a search result from our side. So if you can really make it clear that you have the right legal background, or that you have references that point to the, I don't know, references that you would have on some kind of legal information page, then I think that would really make a big difference.
Yeah, that would be smart, and to get references from industry officials, you know, where I get the answers. That makes a lot of sense.
Hook up with like Remax and all these guys. Maybe partner up, you know.
Well, she has some links to like some of the folks down below. Like, I don't know if you have any actual connections with them. I see that like Redfin's linking to you. I really like that site, or certain sites like that. But I get it. It feels a little like what happened to some of those medical sites, where people who weren't doctors had medical sites, whether they were selling products or giving advice, and they may not have always been good in the search results if you look from a user perspective, because you might have someone in there like my mom, and I can say this because she'll never watch a Hangout, who doesn't know like shit from her elbow and goes in there to look up, relief for X symptoms, and find sites that are not from a doctor and are giving advice that might be a little squonky.
Well, what I've done, but I can now see that I have to do more, not for Google, a lot of the top people who've written for the site, who are really, famous people in the industry, I've gotten them to real author their articles to their Google Plus accounts. So, but that's not for the user. So I've realized I have to somehow make it more authentic for the user, listening to all of you.
Yeah.
Can I ask what your motivation is? Like, you're not in real estate, you're not making money from it.
I've invested.
Why'd you build the site? Like, what's most important for you? What's the point?
I've invested a lot. I've known the industry for a while. I watch it. I watch a lot of people who shouldn't be buying, getting themselves in trouble, blaming everyone else. And and also there's a lot of bad people in the industry, and the media is too scared to write about it because they lose the advertising dollars.
So there's no financial motivation. You're getting all that from elsewhere. It's just you want to be a good citizen and share some truth.
No, I mean financial side. I would love that the site at least pays for itself through AdSense and maybe some Amazon, affiliate links. But otherwise, am I looking to become a multi-millionaire from it? No.
Well,
I don't know. John had some pretty big things with the content, so maybe building up that trust factor, maybe trying to explain more what the site's about to a layman like me who lands on it. Why should I be there? What can I hope to get from it? I think people forget that sometimes like a 1 to 2 sentence introduction is helpful for me as a user, so maybe just explaining what you explained. I'm not legal counsel. I'm not in the real estate agent industry, but maybe I created this for this reason, so I know why to be there. And then I would probably, I don't know, maybe other people have feelings, but I'd be a little bit careful between the 2 sites that you have. There's a lot of interlinking, a lot of cross-linking. They look the same. Like, why not create one really good site? Why not merge them? Like, what's the I guess, why are you keeping them separate?
My biggest fear is I thought that, Google doesn't like links, right? So that's why I was scared to have the directory a part of dailyproperties.com. So that's why I left it on dailyproperties.net. That's a whole, directory. It can sit on there, and I want only true content to be on dailyproperties.com.
Yeah, like, so Brooke just posted Google loves links. Yeah, they do. Google doesn't hate links. They're not afraid of it. It's how they crawl. And screw Google. Sorry, John, but if you're doing something specifically for them, then you're probably on the wrong path. Like, does it make sense for your users to have one great site where they can say, all right, I'm getting this really good content over here, and then I have a subfolder that gives me a directory that's relevant to me? I mean, if you're truly editing that directory and you feel like you're creating something that's of great use, I'm a little anti-directory most of the time. But if you have a really good one, don't hide it or put it on a different domain. And if you are going to because you're worried about the effects, then you've kind of just defeated that by doing so much cross-linking that you're so inherently linked. Like,
Joanna, just do like webinars, bring people, just bring people to the site, invite them, and then just, they will pass them to your friends and stuff, and things will snowball from there.
Okay, I'm actually shy. This is the very first time I've been in a Hangout. I mostly tell everybody my webcam's broken, so I don't have to be on them. Yeah. But, if that's what it takes, I'll do it. Yeah,
and then you'll be okay. It just, I think, make the users, want to come more to the site, and
okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
That's it, but there's definitely no reason to be shy.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay, well, thank you so much for all the help and taking time to look at my site.
Hey, I think it's a really interesting thing, and I think that, public education that's out there in a consumable way for people that aren't experts is awesome.
Okay, thanks.
I'll second that.
I have a small question. Is there any way to copy the chat so I can read everything? Because, of course, I'm watching your faces and everything's getting chatted on the
I think the only way you can go scroll halfway and kind of like print screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I just scrolled over and did a, Control-C, transfer it to a Word doc and print. It's not pretty.
Just don't copy my stuff. Don't copy my stuff.
No, he keeps talking about Viagra. Do not copy Brooke.
No,
I'm gonna go through it. I'm a sponge for knowledge, so I just want to go through it and make sure I'm hearing everything that everyone has said, because there were some great tips.
Well, we all tend to be pretty verbose, so if you really ever want more opinion or content, you just ask. I'm sure everyone here will be happy to talk your ear off.
627.
Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome.
All right, Sash, anything else you want to cover? How long should I be keeping this puppy?
I think that's, I don't know, more or less it. What have we got?
An hour.
I mean, I'll be broadcasting from the summit of Everest next week. No, I mean, I think we've about done the hour, unless there's some more interesting stuff in the moderator. I think we're good, aren't we?
Moderator was pretty quiet. I was gonna ask Zach, since he popped in late, if you had any questions or anything you wanted to ask. And he's quiet. John, you want to, I don't know, usually I like when you come in here and correct when I'm wrong.
I'm okay, thanks.
Okay.
And I will not talk anymore about updates. Don't want to talk
about
Viagra. I'll let Barry decide.
Yeah, Barry, I'm sure will keep us all on our toes.
Oh,
hey, Zach
had
some questions on the moderator that I might have missed. I'm pulling it up right now, just in case there was anything quick. The only thing I saw earlier were some questions around Tumblr mostly, which I fully admit that I only use for...
John, is Tumblr okay for Google?
Sure. It's a website, right? Yeah. Sure.
John?
I mean, it's kind of like asking, is Blogger okay for Google? I mean, you can put good stuff on it, you can put bad stuff on it.
That's about the size of it.
Hey, Zach, does your mic work? Maybe you can explain what's going on with the extensionless URLs. I think as long as the output's fine, there's no problem in how you want to code it. Oh, he can't unmute. What? Oh, he's at work, you guys. We got to get him in trouble. So, Sash, do you see the moderator page? It's not loading for me, but there was a question about extensionless URLs, if it was causing any kind of crawling issues, I think.
I don't. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me try and bring it up there, unless you want to just drop it into the chat. That'll probably be easier.
Aha, I think I got the link. Sorry guys, I'm a bad moderator. Terrible. Extensionless URLs. I would like to implement them on my site and use with clients in my agency. Are there some good resources for how to on implementation out there? So I assume you mean just closing a URL in like a / or just ending it instead of having like .aspx or .html. Is that the question, Zach?
I'm guessing so.
And if so, he's typing, but if so, I'll let the folks who handle servers.
Not if you can hear us.
Oh, that's just a picture there. he's you guys, too much for me. We're reading a story here.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's War and Peace.
Well, what kind of coffees do they have there? Can you get me a Jamaican Blue Mountain?
Probably.
It's not good.
It'll be a little cold by the time it gets to you.
I've been to Blue Mountain in Jamaica and watched them roast and grind coffee beans with a giant mortar and pestle, and it was awesome.
The best coffee.
I won't recommend it, Zach. I mean, if you're moving from, let's say, /experience.html and you're going to /experience, there's no point. I mean, you're just adding, might be a drawback than actually gaining anything.
I mean, I only ever tend to use extensionless for main directory landing pages. That's it.
That's folder, yeah.
Anything and everything else has extensions.
So generally speaking, I wouldn't change URL structures like that because, like the other guy said, it's not really going to bring your site that much. And on a downside, it's something that we have to recrawl all of these redirects and re-understand your site structure, essentially. Even if you're just dropping 1 or 2 characters from the URL, they're basically new URLs. So I would really only change the site structure if there are really strong, perhaps technical reasons why you'd want to do that.
I think my old example in the forum from like years ago is you could have a .poo extension if you wanted to. It doesn't matter, right? It's the output and the content on the site that matters. If you wanted to get really silly.
Well, this is it. Hold on, we're being typed out again.
Yeah. So while he's typing, I just put something, Brooke, since you're a coffee fan, in the window. I networked. I left the house yesterday and met some people in my wonderful small town, which doesn't happen often, but we were talking about small business experience and different local folks, and the one that I put in there I thought was pretty cool because it's a single person. He gets 3 kinds of coffee at a time and brews it, and it's totally different from any other business model, but I like the idea of start small and stick with what you know, and that was a really good example of that. Awesome coffee.
Wow,
I'm gonna have to check that out.
And I usually take a lot of cream and sugar, and he forced me to drink it black, and it was a good cup of coffee. So, all right.
If you have a decent quality coffee, black, absolutely.
Yeah. So Zach, it sounds like Zach, you read something where they were preaching it, and maybe they were, but I mean, for usability, I don't think it matters too much. I think we're pretty blind to that,
It should. I mean, it depends on the context of preaching that specific practice. Probably they're talking about something else, not actually applicable to your example.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll see if anything else comes in, but thanks for letting me hop on and moderate. It's good to see all of your lovely faces.
Good job.
You're more than welcome. Thank you for jumping in when I was running late.
No problem, Sash. Anytime.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna head out. I've got to head down to the airport in a while. So I'll catch you guys in a bit.
Have a safe flight.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Have a safe flight.
Too.
Bye, John. Bye.
Catch you later. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye.